All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Vi Media channel. And thank you for listening. I am Eric Brown, the president and of Vi Media and partner at Mogul Holdings, where we specialize in growing home service companies. We've recorded a lot of videos here. I think this is like our 30 or 40th Marketing Monday. So if you guys are looking for any digital marketing information, feel free to go back in any of the past episodes. Of course, after you watch here today. As always, please like, review, subscribe, leave a comment, share to a business owner, marketing professional, friend if you find this useful. If you want to learn about anything we haven't talked about, please leave a comment as well, and we can always talk about that in future episodes. Today, specifically wanted to talk about what to do when starting a new business. So, when it comes to really digital marketing and making sure that you're building out all of the platforms that need to be built out in order for you to not only be found for, obviously people searching your business name, right? I mean, that's step one. There's a lot of companies out there now that service, people locally that even if you search their business name, maybe like some random Yelp page will show up, but they don't have, a website or a Google business profile, any of these social media profiles or anything like that set up. And it's very hard to find those businesses, especially if your business is the same name as other businesses, even if they're not here locally. Say, for example, I'm ABC Asphalt, and I don't really have anything set up. There's an ABC Asphalt in Florida that has a website, that has Google Business, that has all of this stuff set up. They have a chance of actually showing up as well, and obviously that's going to be super confusing to those people that were referred to you, or you gave them a bid and they want to try and find you online. Go to the website, right? You want to limit that confusion. So step one, if you're not being found for your business name, that's an issue. So we need to make sure that that's happening. So we'll talk about what to do there. Number two, making sure obviously that you are getting impressions for people searching for the services that you offer. Of course, starting a new business, you're starting from scratch, right? You have zero set up. So keep in mind that SEO, especially, that's a long-term play, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Obviously, there's stuff that you can do to make sure that you're getting set up properly online, that Google knows what you do. That way you can start ranking. But it's not like you're just going to start showing up on the first page of Google immediately. Obviously, where you can make the most impact immediately is actually going to be on the Google Business Profile itself. So first thing, what's your business name, right? Take a look at that. Now, even if your business name isn't a direct, say for example, you're St. Louis House Painting or St. Louis Home Painting, that's your business name. That's great because then you can go get stlouishomepainting.com. Anyone that's searching home painting, St. Louis Home Painting, St. Louis Painting, your URL or your domain, right? The www dot, that is an exact match domain, meaning it's exactly matching what people are searching for. Now, of course, that's one way. Obviously, a lot of people just have, XYZ and then roofing or HVAC, heating and cooling, whatever it is. So, you want to make sure that you have your keyword in that domain name. So if it's heating and cooling, maybe you limit that to HVAC, but having HVAC in there. If you're a roofing company, obviously you want roofing in your domain name. If you do roofing and mainly roofing, right, you don't want construction in there. You want roofing in there. So thinking about that stuff and making sure that your business name is tailored to, of course, your audience and what you're actually going to be doing a large majority of the time, um, and then build it out from there. So that way, your brand name is whatever you actually do. Your domain name is going to be what you actually do, and then you can start to build from there. So the next thing you want to do is location wise, it's going to be super important to pick a good location for your Google Business Profile listing. So if you're building or buying a warehouse or whatever, or looking at office space, what you want to do is go ahead and just type in the main keyword for, your service offering. So if you're a heating and cooling company, I'd go here, I go St. Louis heating and cooling, for example. And then we'll see on the maps on Google Map kind of where that map pulls to. And really what you want to do is try and pick a location that's obviously inside the middle of that map area, because what that's going to allow you to do is just start ranking even sooner, because you're not having to pull that map north, west, south or east, right? So therefore you're already in the middle of that map section. So go ahead, do that. And then, even if it's not even if you're working out of your home and you don't have an office space, you don't have, a warehouse or anything like that yet, I've talked about this in the past. Just set up a shared office space. You want to make sure that you can get a mailbox and a professional business address, whatever, suite, whatever it is, and that they are familiar, the owners of the or the manager or whoever's in charge that's going to be able to facilitate this with you. You want to make sure at the shared office suite that they can get, of course, your Google business profile verified, because, of course, that's what you want. So, what that'll allow you to do is get a Google business profile listing verified directly in the middle of where that map is already being pulled for the people searching for what you do. Then, of course, what you want to do is obviously going back and looking at the website. Now that you have the Google business profile set up, you want to make sure that you have a good understanding of how to set up a website. I've talked about sitemaps in the past and figuring out what pages and things like that, based on what you do, because Google reads all the information that you feed them like a book. If you're not telling them that you service furnaces, if you're an HVAC company, and that you service AC units and things like that, then they don't know, right? Um, so if you're an HVAC company, you want pages for all, furnace, for heating, for cooling, for AC units. If you do, ducts, if you do, standalone units, whatever, you want to have pages built out for all of these different services if there are, if the search volume makes sense. So meaning, is there enough people actually searching for what you're building out, for the information that you're building out on your website? Of course, so people are going to be looking at heating, cooling, furnace, whatever, heater, AC unit, etc. So you know that those pages can be built out. And there's platforms and tools that you can utilize in order to figure out the search volume, in your locality, right? I've talked about this in the past too. There's tools like Bright Local, which we use, Ahrefs to look at keywords. There's a ton of different stuff that you can use to look at keyword volume and figure out, what pages do I need to build out on my site to make sure that if someone is searching this, that I am at least telling Google that I do this. That way Google knows that, and then therefore I can actually start to rank for those keywords. So you have the basics, you have all of your service pages, you have your, your home, you have your about, you have your contact page, right? You can start building out location pages for all the different townships in your area, hitting on the main keyword. So if it's HVAC, you want to build out township pages, because people not only are going to be searching, say you're in St. Louis, but they're also going to be searching Ellisville, Wildwood, Baldwin, Chesterfield, etc. So having those pages built out not only help you rank when someone is searching Chesterfield HVAC company, but also when someone is just searching for an HVAC company and they're located in Chesterfield, right? Because Google obviously majority of the time knows where you're searching from. After you have that stuff set up, you want to start generating Google reviews immediately on your Google business profile. Again, the website's going to take time to rank. So focusing on the Google business profile as well as the website at first is going to be super important. You want to get reviews immediately. Don't buy reviews. As you know, the FTC just passed essentially legislation that is going to remove the ability, or it's going to make it at least illegal. We'll see how they enforce it, of buying fake reviews and things like that. So provide a good service and get reviews from, those people you provide good services for. I would say have a review process in place. On the Google business profile, you have a direct link that you can use to text or email, have a QR code, whatever, you deem fit is going to be the best. I would just have everything available. That way you can directly send those people to where they can leave a review on Google, instead of being like, hey, leave a review. And then, obviously they never leave the review. The reviews are also important. You want to make sure they're leaving the keywords in reviews. So if they serviced your furnace, they serviced, your AC unit, you serviced, roof repair, or you installed a new roof, it was a new shingle roof in Wildwood or in Chesterfield. You want to make sure that those people leaving those reviews as well, that you're trying to tell them to use keywords that people are actually searching for, right? And the reason being is that Google uses what people are leaving in reviews as ways to rank. So if they see that you have dozens of reviews for, they were a great, AC company, they came out and replaced my AC unit or fixed my AC unit, AC repair, whatever have you, Google's going to take all of that data and then, of course, rank you accordingly. So you can see why reviews are important. That's why so many reviews, so many companies try and get hundreds, if not thousands of reviews, and have a process in place in order to do so. So have a process in place in order to obviously get reviews. You want to make sure that you're also setting up your social media profiles and posting on those as well. I would say if you're a new business owner, probably looking at personal branding yourself as a business owner, talking about what you do, like I'm doing right now, to establish credibility, in your field is important as well. And then, of course, you can use that to not only post on your personal brand, but of course on the business page too, because you're new, right? People don't necessarily know about you, so you want to make sure that you're getting out in front of as many people as possible. You also want to, use some of those posts you're posting on social media on the Google Business Profile as well. I would suggest posting at least once a week. Usually, suggestion once or twice a week. I would look at your analytics on that, and if you see that, once is the same as twice, obviously, then you can just do it once a week. Um, but posting on social media is going to be important. So setting up all of those social media platforms, even if you don't necessarily post on those all the time, even, platforms like Pinterest and things like that, you want to make sure that you have all of those platforms set up: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, things like that. Because what that does is you can build out a business profile in there. You can have it back. You can have your website on there, so it's going to be backlinked to your website. You can have your location on there, so the same location that's going to be on the Google Business Profile page, as well as, of course, on the website. So all of this stuff is going to start linking together, right? And really work as one cohesive unit. So you have that stuff built out, right? You have the Google Business Profile, you have social media platforms, you have your website. You're starting to continue to build out what's on your website. You're starting to continue to get reviews. You're starting to do all of that stuff. Then what you can start to take a look at is going ahead and building out citations. And I would say building out local business listings or citations, business directories, whatever you want to call them, really should honestly be done right when you set up the website and digital foundation, or excuse me, the Google Business Profile, because all of these are going to link together. So that's platforms like Yelp, right? Platforms like BBB. Don't pay them. I would not pay them, but just setting your business up on those platforms is going to help your business be found. Now, there's hundreds of business citations. There's companies like Yext and things like that you can pay yearly to be on them. There's also other platforms that can just help you aggregate and put you on those platforms for essentially a one-time fee, um, and make sure that you actually own that data, right? So you're not having to pay yearly or monthly for that stuff. You set it up one time. That way you don't have to worry about it. But setting that up, what you're able to do is talk about all the services and products that your company offers. You're able to talk about, all of the areas that you service. And of course, you're able to backlink that back to your website. So say you build out hundreds of these, which, of course, a good digital marketing company or a good digital marketer would know is especially helpful for local businesses serving locals, for the people that are searching, obviously, for what they do here locally. And in building those out, the nice thing is with stuff like that is you just have to build them out once, and then you don't have to worry about them again. So you have your Google Business Profile, you have your website, you have your social media platforms, you have your citations, right? I mean, that's really everything you need to do in order to really start facilitating the digital marketing efforts and SEO efforts for your business. We have other videos discussing ads. We have other videos discussing in fully how to build out a website, ongoing SEO. We have a bunch of videos on this YouTube page. So feel free to go back. We'll have other ones linked here below as well. Again, my name is Eric Brown. Company is Vibe Media. We specifically, help home service companies, and yeah, we have a ton of good content here on the YouTube channel. So as always, like, review, subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them below. And if you want to talk to the best damn marketing company on the planet, Vibe Media, reach out to me personally, Eric Kempf Brown, across the board, or of course, just DM us here. Go to our website, vi.media. We appreciate you all. We'll see you soon. Thank you.